Welcome to this week's History and Travel Tip. 2 weeks ago, we visited the capitals of California and Arizona. This week, we will be visiting the capitals of Idaho and Nebraska. Idaho can be found in the Western Edition, the Unclassic Road Trip, and the state of Nebraska can be found in Off and On the Beaten Path, the Unclassic Road Trip Central Edition. In 1863, Lewiston became the territorial capital of Idaho. Boise was chosen to be the state capital in 1890. Bois in French means trees. It's probably pronounced beau, but I'm not really sure. Inspiration for the neoclassical capital's design was derived from the U.S. Capitol and St. Peter's Basilica in Rome, Italy. This is one of the most beautiful capitals, and it does remarkably look like the U.S. Capitol. The lawns are manicured and perfect. The day that we went, they had yellow ribbons tied around the 4 main pillars on this side of the Capitol. Most capitals can be entered on all 4 sides. On this one side of the state capitol in Idaho, you will find a statue of President Lincoln. The capitol supports 219 pillars, and the dome supports a 5-foot, 7-inch bronze eagle. The absolutely stunning State House was rededicated in January 2010 after a 3-year restoration and renovation project, which included the addition of underground wings. Here is a picture of one of the outside pillars. The intricate detail in most state capitals is just amazing, and the architecture is definitely worth going to see. Inside the Capitol, you'll find a gorgeous dome with stars in the very top and a huge American flag hanging from the inside of the dome. It was completed in 1920, and it was constructed of classic red Georgian, gray Alaskan, and green Vermont, and black Italian marble. And here are some pictures where you can see gorgeous marble. This may have been one of the most beautiful interiors we have ever seen. We walked up the staircases to see even closer glimpses of the enormous flag hanging as the centerpiece of this state capitol. As we approached one of the floors, we came to the Senate and House chambers. Each of the rooms for the Senate and the House are elaborate, and here is a beautiful shot of one of the interior pillars holding up the wonderful dome. And as we made the corner, we saw this golden George Washington. And what is that all about? While you are there visiting this capitol, you have to learn about the gold wood statue of George Washington riding a horse. This statue of George Washington was carved out of Idaho wood by Charles Ostner and presented to the Territory of Idaho January 8, 1869. This statue is in phenomenal shape for being of this age. They do have it barricaded off so that you can't touch it. It is made of yellow pine and gold gilding. The statue was carved by Charles L. Ostner for the Idaho Territory and dedicated to its pioneers. He carved at night by torchlight for 4 years and used a postage stamp of George Washington as a model for the head. The statue stood outside the territorial capital in Boise until the building was removed for the Idaho State Capitol. It was restored and encased in a glass enclosure in 1966 and displayed on the second-floor rotunda area of the Capitol building until 2007. Following the Capitol restoration in 2009, it was moved to the 4th floor in front of the restored Statuary Hall. The base of the statue was made by a local woodworker, Warren Shepherd, from elm trees that were originally planted on the Capitol grounds around 1887. The black marble is from the original base. Ostner was born in Germany in 1828. He died in Boise, Idaho on December 8, 1913. While visiting the Capitol, be sure to learn about the final disposition of the historic trees that once graced the Capitol grounds. Well, you don't have to visit because I'm going to tell you what happened to those trees. In 1891, a year after he signed Idaho into statehood, President Benjamin Harrison planted a water oak on the Idaho State Capitol grounds. 12 years later, a rock sugar maple was planted by Theodore Roosevelt in 1903. Later, in 1911, William H. Taft planted an Ohio buckeye. In 2007, these trees, as well as ash and American elm, were removed from the Capitol grounds during the Capitol renovation project. Representative Max Black not wanting to see the timber from these trees disposed of, organized the Historic Trees Project. The wood from these historic trees were used to create the objects you see by woodworkers, woodcrafters, and artists from around the state in order to preserve a part of the Capitol building's history. We have never come across anything like this. It was a fabulous way of saving these trees. The American elm was planted along the south side of the Capitol grounds around 1887. The ash was planted along the north side of the Capitol grounds around 1887. And here are the beautiful wooden artwork that was made from these trees. You can see that most of them were made into bowls or vases. What a clever way to maintain the history of these fabulous trees. There is also a Liberty Bell at the base of the steps of the Capitol. Paul sort of stared at this and went, "I'm going to ring that bell." And he did. Again, here is another picture of the gorgeous interior of Idaho's state capitol. Next, we went and visited the Nebraska state capitol. Omaha was Nebraska's territorial capital. Lancaster became the capital in 1867 at the time of statehood. After President Lincoln's assassination, Lancaster was renamed in his honor, with its 400-foot dome tower and described as an architectural masterpiece. Nebraska's capital was built of limestone between 1922 and 1932. Atop the dome, a 9 1/2 ton, 32-foot bronze statue, the sower, represents the importance of agriculture in the state. And here is a beautiful picture of the Capitol in Nebraska. And as you can see, it looks more like an office building. Elaborate mosaics and murals and a gorgeous chandelier grace the interior. Both the exterior and interior walls have inscriptions from Native Americans, presidents, and Greek philosophers, plus detailed sculpted scenes. This tower on the plains was the first state house designed with an office-style tower. The Lincoln Monument graces the West Mall in the foreground of this photo and predates construction of the Capitol. The sculptor Daniel Chester French also sculpted the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., working alongside architect Henry Bacon. And as a little side note, Charles Lindbergh learned how to fly an airplane in Lincoln in 1922. And here are some pictures of the beautiful interior. I really felt I was more like in a castle than an office building. The interior to me doesn't match the exterior, and I really enjoyed the castle-like interior. And here are some of the beautiful mosaics. American history. Learn it, love it, appreciate it. Thank you for listening. We wanted to do something special for Memorial Day, Flag Day, and 4th of July. We're calling it our Patriotic Days Special, with free shipping if you order 2 or more shirts of our Walk in Faith, Get America Great Again, Psalm 33:12 t-shirt series. Psalm 33:12 says, "Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord." Help support this ministry and get America great again with these motivational t-shirts. Use them as a conversation piece and a great witnessing tool. All 4 designs are available on white, black, or red t-shirts, and all 4 designs are available in white, black, or red ink. Sizes available are small through 2X. Call or text us at 603-616-8907 to order. Or you can order on our website at https://creationseminar.net, onlineorders.htm. From our home to yours. We hope that you enjoy these upcoming holidays and use this as an opportunity to help us get America great again. Thank you.